We've all watched a lot of YouTube videos where everything's on the shop floor and it's easy and everything fits together just perfect and everybody looks like they know exactly where they're supposed to put everything all the time. And that's not the case when you do it yourself in your driveway. It kind of turns into this type of thing, an organized, chaotic, kind of like, you know, it looks almost like you did it the very first time, but you didn't. You've done it enough times that you shouldn't be acting like you're doing it for the first time. But that's what it does look like to anybody who's watching it. This I just tightened up a little while ago because I was running the truck and then I drained the oil out of it. What the heck did I do to tighten it down this much? I don't think I did it that much. Apparently I did. Apparently I tightened it down a hell of a lot more than I thought I did. But that's it. That's backyard mechanics. Twist on that one. Another freaking thing. What did I do to it? Twisty loosey, whichever way, it should be just freaking fine. I may have to stop this video just because they just, you know, how to get this thing freaking loose. I thought I was doing a good job of it, all this stuff. Ah, there we go. There we go. That's when you're about to call the gods of stupid in. It works out. I brought a little rag here to go ahead and put the drain plug on, or the fill plug on, so I wouldn't get it too dirty. I've tried a lot of different ways with this little bit to make it be better, and it's just not going to be better. So this was like a $7 pump or something from O'Reilly's. I used to like going to O'Reilly's years ago because it was actually another company that I'd done business with for years. But now they've got people on the countertop when I come in there that ask me the normal questions that everybody asks. What year, what model, what motor? So I tell them what model, I tell them what year, and they ask me, is it a this or that? And I said, no, it's not. And I said, well, what do you mean? So it's been an engine swap, a transmission swap, and a transfer swap, and the gear ratio swap. I said, what do you mean? It's like, well, I mean that it's a home-built Frankenstein. And they ask, well, what? And I just kind of roll my eyes, and I hope for the best. Because in the grand scope of things right now, that's all you're going to get from almost anybody, and especially these corporate stores. You know, we think about John Deere and all the problems that people with John Deeres are having because it's what used to be seemingly an open source thing now is protected by copyright and by this and by that, and we all hope that everything's going to work out just fine. Like this NV4500 I'm filling up doesn't have a drain plug on the one side of it, so I started to get smart. I went ahead and took the cover off of the PTO, and then I put it back on with the way the gaskets are supposed to be. Unfortunately, when you do that, it doesn't always work, and it didn't work. It just left a little bit of oil in a lot of different places. And I'm using Redline MTL, and Redline MTL is rather expensive oil. I've done a lot of reading on the internet. If the clutches were different, I could go ahead and not use an oil as expensive as this. I could use something else. But sometimes you just got to work with what you got. You know, everybody's got an issue on the internet, and I got my own issues on the internet. So in this case, I don't care to share them with you, because they're not that big of issues. I can fill it up with the oil that's required for what's supposed to be inside this transmission, and all's good. Now mind you, you're supposed to be able to screw this little pump into a quart bottle. I had it screwed into the top of a smaller drink bottle, and it worked perfect. But I got 4 quarts to put in here, and pouring it in at 12 ounces a piece and pumping it up and kind of spilling it is just that. So I figured I'd try with this empty, clean gallon container, paint container, and then technically I can leave it in the paint container because I got 5 quarts, so it's 4 quarts in and a spare. I'll keep the 2 items together and the pump in the paint container wiped off, and next time I need it, I'll be able to take it out of the paint container. It won't be in a couple plastic bags somewhere tucked away underneath something. It'll be a big enough container, and I probably won't lose it in the truck, because putting things together for a summer trip, I plan on putting about 12 to 15,000 miles on it. And I'm going to have just the bolt sizes that I have in it, just the pieces I need in it, so I'm not carrying full ratchet sets with stuff that I really don't need. I don't really need to add more weight. Even I am going on a diet. I think it would be a great idea. I think going on a diet's not a bad thing for me, and if I'm going to go on a diet, my toolbox is going on a diet also. So that's just a general game plan. I'm going to put 3 quarts in here to start with, because 4 quarts, of course, is a gallon, and this is a gallon container. And at that point, if I tip it, I don't want to spill